On December 15th, 2018, the 20 doctoral students enrolled in this course put together a day-long event that involved them choosing 2 K-12 and 2 higher education challenges currently facing California. They were then divided into teams on each of these issues that researched the history and root causes of these challenges, came up with viable alternative solutions for them, identified criteria by which to evaluate the desirability of one alternative over another, and based upon their investigation, finally offered specific policy advice as to which alternative they felt should be adopted. We spent about the last 2.5 weekends in this course talking about California education policy, both K-12 and higher education and all of its different facets. And today we're going to talk more about the practice, right? Give the students the actual chance to look at the practice of education policy.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all California students are created equal, that they are endowed through their personhood with the right to access quality educators, that this access is their key to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that schools derive their just powers from the consent of those they serve, and that if a school system becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of a student and a parent to alter it.
We know, right, as educators that literacy is important. But right now there's this hard pushback with Common Core. You're expected as teachers to do so much more with your content in such a small time frame. Secondary teachers don't want to have to think about taking on another burden, right? Oh gosh, now I have to teach literacy too. And that should have been handled in lower grades, whereas lower grades are like, well, I'm doing my job, you know? So we've come up with 3 alternatives that don't put on an additional burden.
Out of 100 Henrys that walk across the stage, 71 of them will meet failure within the first year of community college, possibly putting an end to their college dreams. So it is really important that while the community college is doing a great job offering some extra supports within that first year, it's really important that we take one step backward and say, no. We need to address this problem before it begins. Let's get into the high schools. Let's find out who are these 12th grade seniors who are on track to graduate from high school, yet they have less than a 2.3 GPA. Who are these students, and can we offer them a dual enrollment opportunity? An opportunity to be in a college class, taught by a college professor on the high school campus during the high school day. Can we set it up in such a way where the high school gets their ADA allotment and the college gets their college apportionment and nobody loses any money, and the real benefactor is the student?
So these are the criteria that we use to evaluate each of the outcomes and the trade-offs related to our alternatives that we discussed today. We had 3 criteria. We have cost effectiveness, we have equity, and we have political acceptability. So cost effectiveness is essentially return on investment, or bang for your buck. Right? So we're not just looking at throughput or the way that the alternative might solve the problem, but we're looking at that in relation to how much it will cost and the types of resources it will take. We think this is the most important way to evaluate each of the alternatives because this is the success rate, essentially, of the alternative. And so we weighted that at 0.5 or 50%.
Now, the connectivity between nutrition and academic performance, there's not a lot of research out there. And most of it is in K-12, but you can see from this cyclical graphic that the poor diet, poor performance in school, poor opportunities going forward, and then again with the diet. So there are reasons to believe that there's connectivity between access to food and academic performance.
It's also been very helpful to have the panels. Good work on the students' part. Again, I left that almost entirely to the students of bringing people together. So thank you those who are here for this afternoon, and thanks who showed up in the past. I think that's been very helpful to get your own insights on these and then to actually react to what the students have put forward. The skills on display here are the foundation of the transformational leaders in education we are generating at Sacramento State.